all doing well. So I'm coming to you with a drugstore makeup tag. I'm so excited to do this video. This tag was created by Jen Phelps. I'm going to tag her channel, the video down below. And so she just created this tag for drugstore makeup lovers, and it's just a series of questions. And Juicy Jazz also did the video. I mean, plenty of people did it, and she added a few questions at the end, like her own, for fun, and I'm going to answer hers as well. So I'll link both of their videos down below. But Jen Phelps, shout out to you. So as much as I love wearing makeup, collecting makeup, all that, organizing makeup, I love talking about it. And drugstore makeup, I gotta give a little history of me, Y'all know I've been doing YouTube for about, oh God, 11 years now. Yeah. So my makeup journey started in the drugstore, as with most of us, started in the drugstore. You know, the cheaper products, not cheap in quality always, but the cheaper products, inexpensive things, and I kind of started my collection in the drugstore. I remember my first high-end makeup purchase was the Lorac Pro 1 palette and my MAC Pro Longwear foundation and concealer. I remember. But before that, strictly drugstore. And even now, I still love drugstore makeup. Love it. Even more than I loved it before. There's something about catching a deal. There's something about getting something that a new favorite for an inexpensive price. Although the drugstore's creeping up. We'll talk about that. But I just love it. I love going in the clearance section, see what I can find. I remember there used to be a Rite Aid near my house, and every like season when they were shifting things out, they would put things on ridiculous clearance. I would get like lipsticks for like 19 cents. It was ridiculous. You don't see that as much anymore. But anyway, I love drugstore makeup. There's nothing wrong with some channels are just strictly drugstore makeup, and I love it. I love to explore all price ranges and things, but it's just so fun. So we're going to discuss. We're just going to discuss the tag. Like I said, series of 14 questions, and then I have a few more from Juicy Jazz's tag. And let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. So, what is a drugstore considered? Where you're gonna find this brand. Granted, it varies by region, but you're gonna find it predominantly in store. This whole online shopping for makeup thing was not a thing forever. We would go to either the drugstore, or you would go to like your Macy's, like the cosmetic counter, and order, and order there. But like it wasn't this whole online shopping thing. So drugstore is where their sales are predominantly in the drugstore. So you're talking your Walgreens, your CVS, your Walmart, your Target, that kind of thing. If you can get it there. And a lot of these places, obviously, a lot of these brands, you can buy them online now, but you know what I mean. Or on that half side, the drugstore side of Ulta, for example. So that's my number one place to shop for makeup is Ulta, and then probably Walmart's the second. But anyway, let's get into the tag. I'm just talking because I'm so excited. Put my glasses on. So, all right, okay. Question number one. All right. If you could only use one drugstore / affordable brand, what would it be? You guys, this took me, all of these questions took me a while. But my answer, I have two brands. Number one is Maybelline, and number two is NYX. And the reason why Maybelline for my face products, and then NYX for my lip and eye eyeliners. And we'll get into eyeshadow later, but I think those two, I try not to pick a million brands, but I think those two. Maybelline, we go back with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse was one of my first favorite foundations. The Superstay is bomb now. I know I can get great coverage with powders, the Fit Me powder, the blushes, like the range is there. That's what it is. Mascaras are great. Never met a Maybelline mascara I didn't like. So yeah, and then NYX, best lip, next to Milani, best lip collection in the drugstore, period. Milani's number 2, period. So, and I want you guys to tell me if you agree or disagree. All right, number 2. I'm gonna just keep my glasses on, okay? Number 2, what's the most underrated drugstore / affordable brand? This took a while, and I'm gonna tell you something. I gotta give it to Profusion. I have to give it to, now I order Profusion online, but Profusion has a full display in Walmart. It has a display in some Targets. So listen, if y'all been rocking my channel, I've been rocking with Profusion for years when they were just putting out holiday sets. I think they are one of the most underrated. I think people sleep on their palettes because they see these big, you know, big all-in-one type of palettes, big palettes that can, for a reasonable price. I mean, the most expensive Profusion palette is like $17, and that's a giant, like 35, 40 pan palette. Their 5 pan palette, 10 pan palettes are $5, and people sleeping on it. So I think that's, yeah. Eyeliners, their brushes are amazing, all of that. Number 3, what's the most overrated drug? Overrated. This one was hard, and I think I gotta give it to Catrice. I have some of their sprays that I really like. That's about it. I think the reason why Catrice is overrated given their lack of shade range. There's a lot of brands obviously that can fall under that, but because Catrice is so pumped up with that drop foundation that's really good, that I'm not saying their products aren't good, that all-in-one palette that's really good, but it's like literally for, you know, 6 shades of white, and it's like, so yeah, I don't get it. All right, okay, what is your favorite drugstore product under $5? That's number 5, right? That's number, wait, I lost my, no, okay, I'm right. Favorite drugstore product under $5, hands down, Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. Rimmel Stay Matte Face Primer. Again, if you've been rocking with me for years, you know that I love this primer. I've been wearing it for years. It's one of the best mattifying primers I've ever come across. And it's like $3.95. Get it. Get it. Get it. Okay? What is a hidden gem from the drugstore that no one talks about? So, it's so funny because I said Catrice is overrated, but I feel as though their spray, the Oil Control Matte Fixing Spray, and then the other one, the Glow one, I think they are some of the best setting sprays I've ever come across, and I don't hear anybody talking about them. I don't. They're wonderful. Also, gotta put it in here, the Contour Blush Highlight Trios that Makeup Revolution created with the collab with Patricia Bright. I feel like I'm the only one on YouTube that are talking about these. I don't even think they're available anymore, but I feel like no one, the only one, she came out with 4 of them for different skin tones, and they're wonderful, and I just feel like I'm the only one. I do. I feel like I'm the only one. Number 6. What is your favorite drugstore foundation? Hands down, LA Girl Pro Matte. Excuse me, it's about $9. It's about $9. It is full coverage matte. It is a drugstore. It's definitely a dupe for the Too Faced Born This Way matte. Just gotta get it. Alright, what products do you tend to buy more at the drugstore versus high-end? There are 3 categories that I have far more drugstore than I do high-end. Number 1 is eyeliner. I have high-end eyeliners that I enjoy, but usually with eyeliner, if I find a black, like a black for my wing, NYX Epic Ink, it works fine. And I kind of stick with it because a messed up eyeliner, you don't want to be risking too many things with eyeliner. And then the other reason is pencils on my lower lash line. I love a liner. I love a pop of color. And so they're less expensive. They work just as well, and they're less expensive for me to get all the color. Eyeliner is something that I want. If I like a formula, I want all the shades. And so I tend to stick to the drugstore with that because it's less expensive. So yeah, eyeliner. Mascara. I own high-end mascaras. Too Faced Better Than Sex is one of my favorites. It Cosmetics Superhero is good. But again, with mascara, my favorite brands that makes mascara, Maybelline makes really good mascaras. L'Oreal makes good mascaras. It's just that it's not something I seek out to get all the time. I think I fell in love with the Too Faced and the It Cosmetics. Had a sample size of it one day, and I was like, oh, okay. But I don't seek out to try new high-end mascaras. It's just not. And then a product that I have never owned a high-end pair of is false eyelashes. I just don't. No, there's so many, like my most expensive pair of eyelashes I think are $8.99 or $7.99. I just don't see the point. When most high-end lashes are like real mink, and that's unnecessary. And so I love stocking up on my Dollar Tree eyelashes, my Kiss lashes. Never owned a high-end pair, don't need to. Alright, number 8. What drugstore brand do you think is overpriced? A lot of them, but L'Oreal comes to mind. That damn serum, which is fine. It's a nice serum. $20. L'Oreal is high. High. Too high. I don't care if you're one of the pioneers. They were. I don't care. I don't care. Ridiculously high. But when we're talking about prices, mascaras, drugstore brands are creeping up ridiculously all across the board. So, yeah. Anyway, but L'Oreal, just expensive. What is your favorite drugstore dupe? Okay, other than the LA Girl Pro Matte for the Too Faced Born This Way matte, Perfusion palettes. I think, I don't want to say they're straight dupes, but what am I trying to say? I just feel as though you can get similar vibes from popular palettes if you buy the right Perfusion palette. So I just threw it in there, sort of. I'm sort of cheating with that answer because they're not exactly a dupe brand at all, but just giving it to you. I gotta put it in there again. What's the best drugstore eyeshadow formula? That's number 10. There's a three-way tie. Perfusion, Wet n Wild, and then I'm putting ColourPop in here because ColourPop is available at Ulta in the drugstore side. I think they're all equally good. Wonderful. Equally wonderful. If you want a bigger range, the biggest range of palettes and shades and stuff, definitely go with ColourPop, then Perfusion, then Wet n Wild, but quality is wonderful on all three. What's the worst drugstore eyeshadow formula? Let's get into it. What's wrong with NYX? NYX can make a bomb lip product. We'll talk about it later. They can make a bomb eyeliner, but their eyeshadows are trash, and I keep buying them. The reason why I say that is I just bought the Queen palette. It's over there. The Queen 30-40 pan eyeshadow because it's all warm. It's like they're hit and miss, and they're worse misses than Makeup Revolution. Makeup Revolution is a hit and miss eyeshadow brand for me, but they have far more winners. And NYX, it just seems like every palette, their ultimate palettes were probably, they were pretty good. But then like, I don't know. NYX just, I don't understand how their eyeshadow is going to be so bad. Anyway, moving on. 12. Drugstore brand you used to love but aren't crazy about anymore. I'm gonna give it to Morphe. Morphe and Morphe have a special place because when I went to my very first eye mats, obviously that was what, 2013. Makeup was a lot less expensive. Even Morphe was cheaper. I think their palettes were something like $13 or something, $15. I went to the Morphe booth at IMAX and spent quite a bit of money because it was like, wow, these like professional looking, and like I love them, and like that like 35B, everybody knows popping. Like people have a love-hate relationship with Morphe, and I get it. We're not getting into the drama, but their products. Oh, yeah, my computer be going crazy. Their products, the eyeshadow specifically. They're pressed pigments. I don't think they even carry these anymore. Where are they? Still some of my favorites. I just reviewed the new Jaclyn Hill palette. I think that's on this list somewhere, and that was a wonderful palette. I love it. So it's not like I super hate them, but in the beginning when I first got attached to Morphe, I was buying everything they put out, and I was just, yeah. But that's not the case anymore because I've been disappointed by things, especially their face products. So that's okay. We grow. Drugstore product you didn't expect to like, but it surprised you. This is the only question on here I can answer because I don't buy things if I don't think I'm going to like them. I buy things because I'm going to love this, and then I'm disappointed on the opposite end, but I didn't expect to like it, but I just don't have an answer. And then the last question in the tag, in the official tag, is favorite affordable eyeshadow palette right now. And I have two winners, and it is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Neutrals palette. That neutral palette was bomb. I reviewed it. It was in my favorites of 2021. It's a wonderful palette. And then the next is Wet n Wild palettes. They're always a favorite affordable. Especially the new, I'll put it back. The new, they always reformulating, but they seem to be just as good. I don't know. But the 10 pans, the little 5 pan ones, wonderful. You can get a beautiful look. You can get deep glam. You can get soft, neutral. They have a lot of different options for like $5 or less. And yeah, Wet n Wild has always been a pioneer in the eyeshadow game in the drugstore. And so, shout them out. As well as ColourPop, but Alright, so those are the official questions. And then Juicy had 4 more, so I wanted to do hers. Number 15, what brand is most improved? When I tell you this brand, it doesn't mean they were bad before. It just means that I have seen the best growth, and I'm proud of it. e.l.f. Eyes, Lips, Face. e.l.f. came on the scene with the $1 quads. I still have some. I gotta, listen. Some things I will never get rid of. Some things I will never get rid of. These $1 quads. This one's, something about smoke or something. These, y'all remember these? These $1, let me know if you want me to do a video with like my oldest makeup. But see, like other stuff I throw away, but like eyeshadows and stuff I don't know, but like using this. Oh, and then I still have, I don't know where it is. Where do I keep it? It's up there in the nostalgia area. The 144 Pan Eyeshadow Palettes. I remember e.l.f. was having buy one get one free on stuff all the time. I'm gonna dig up that video. One of my first e.l.f. hauls. I did it for my birthday years and years ago. And everything was like buy one get one free. I had bought a 144 pan palette, got the other one free. Like, I love e.l.f. And the growth, while things are not $1 anymore, they're still on the very, very inexpensive side. And just like their growth with their Pro line, with what they're releasing, I'm just very proud of their growth, and I think they've improved. While still sticking true to that, you know, affordable drugstore. Everything, again, is not a love, but I would definitely say they have made the biggest changes in their line, the biggest growth, looking at all these lines. So, number 16, being blind ain't no joke. Best new line of products released at the drugstore. I gotta give it to all the recent Nyx Lip Products. The Lip Lingerie XXLs, talked about those in my favorites of 2021. The NYX Shine Louds. Soft Matte Lip Creams is a classic OG, that's not recent. But just the NYX lip releases, absolutely wonderful. And the new eyeliners I just reviewed. Brand you feel like is dying out. This one I'm pushing it with the drugstore because they're only in Ulta. I've seen. But BH Cosmetics. I think BH Cosmetics is going to go the way of Coastal Scents soon. And I just don't. I mean, they do collabs and stuff, and they have a little display in Ulta, but I just don't get excited. I used to love BH Cosmetics too. BH Cosmetics was another brand. I think I did a birthday haul and I bought a bunch of palettes. I still have my OG Party Girl palette. It's a nostalgia thing. But I just don't, I don't get hyped for their releases. Prices went significantly up with them, and I don't think they just followed with the quality while raising their prices. And so, don't know. Sorry. And then her last question, drugstore product you love for years. There's so many. The Rimmel Stay Matte, the one e.l.f. But I gotta give it to Milani Lip Products. I couldn't finish a drugstore video without mentioning Milani Lip Products. Milani has never steered me wrong. Their lip glosses, they are matte liquid lipstick, bullet lipsticks. They are more matte lip creams. I remember when they first came out, I was like, Milani got liquid lipsticks, transfer proof liquid lipsticks. I remember I spent an entire weekend going all through Baltimore City. This is when I used to live in Baltimore. Going to every drugstore to collect these lipsticks. It was like 8 of them to do a swatch video. Absolutely wonderful. They're still one of my favorite liquid lipsticks, but I remember CVS used to have, they don't have these things anymore. CVS used to have sales, and it was like every quarter. It definitely was a couple times a year. They would have Milani Lip Products for $2.99. I remember that, and that's how I built up my collection of Milani lipsticks in the gold tubes, the matte ones in the black tubes, the new matte ones they have. Milani can do a lip product. Their lip liners are phenomenal. Again, lip gloss, don't matter the formula. Lip gloss, the shiny lip polish thing, all of them. And I've been loving them for years. So shout out to them. This was fun. I really enjoyed just sitting in front of the camera and talking about makeup. You guys pick a question or 2 or 3 that I answered, and tell me what your favorites are, what your comments on this is. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other tags you'd like me to do, because again, I love sitting down talking about makeup, because sometimes I do a good look like this and I don't want to, I'm like, I gotta put this on camera a lot of times and I don't have but guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.